Have you ever wished you could be someone unshakable? Someone who doesn't break down at criticism, rejection, betrayal, or loss? Have you ever dreamed of a day where you no longer feel that quiet ache, that silent pain that eats you alive inside, while on the outside you wear the mask of, "I'm fine"? Maybe you're exhausted from always trying to please people, always trying to carry the image of being strong, untouchable, and in control. Maybe you just wanted a moment to rest, a moment where you didn't have to perform strength every second of every day. But here's the truth nobody tells you. As long as you keep running from pain, it will own you. As long as you keep trying to numb yourself, hide, or protect yourself, you'll remain a prisoner to everything and everyone around you. You'll be at the mercy of words that cut, actions that disappoint, silences that leave you hollow. And that's not weakness, that's just being human. The difference is, some people just hide it better than others. We are not defined by what happens to us. We are defined by what we do with what happens. Strength is not about shielding yourself from the world. It's not about being cold, distant, or untouchable. Real strength is when you can bring to light what hurts you in the dark. It is not the absence of pain. It is the full awareness of who you are, even when you are bleeding. If you're still listening right now, it's not by accident. This is for you. The one who's tired of being broken by everything and everyone. The one who feels like you are always at an emotional disadvantage, as if people around you have power over you that you cannot explain. I want you to see it differently, but for that you'll have to face some truths that may sting. And maybe for the first time that sting will be the thing that you hurt so free, because of what people say or do, not because of what people say or do. It's not because of the betrayals you never saw coming or the words that cut deep. The reason it hurts so badly is because those moments touch wounds that were already open inside of you. Pain doesn't come from the outside. It comes from what those experiences awaken within you. The stories you've been telling yourself, the emptiness you've been covering up with pride, with strength, with the performance of being okay. This is why some people can walk through storms that would break anyone else and still stand, while others collapse under the weight of one careless comment. It's not about what happens, it's about where it lands. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You suffer so much because deep down you still believe you can control how the world should treat you. You think that if you're good enough, smart enough, kind enough, strong enough, you'll be safe. But control is an illusion, and as long as you cling to it, you live in constant tension, predicting, analyzing, waiting, trying to avoid the unavoidable. If you want to stop suffering, stop protecting yourself from suffering. What you need is not more control. What you need is more awareness. The truth is, nothing that comes from outside of you has the power to destroy you unless it finds something inside of you that agrees with it. That's the real battlefield, the part of you that you don't see, the part you don't want to face, the part you've pushed down so far. You think it's gone. But it isn't gone. It's running your life. And this is exactly where we need to go, deeper. Because it's only when you dare to face what's inside that you finally stop being controlled by it. The biggest lie you've been told is that you're in control of your life. But you're not. Not as long as you keep living on autopilot, reacting without knowing why, feeling things you don't understand, making choices you later regret, sabotaging yourself when everything is finally going right. The truth is, the anger that comes out of nowhere, the sadness that floods you, the fears that creep in when life is good, they're not random. They are messages. They are signs from the parts of you you've ignored for too long. And when you don't face them, they don't disappear. They grow. They show up in toxic patterns you can't seem to break, in destructive relationships you keep falling into, in the anxieties that won't leave you, in the fears that rise every time you start to feel safe. That's not bad luck. That's you trying to silence what can no longer be silenced. If you want to be unshakable, if you want to stop breaking at the same places, you need to stop running from yourself. Because as long as you don't face what's inside, you will always be fragile. The more you defend against outside pain, the more you expose yourself to the pain within. But there is a way out, and it's not in defense, it's in integration. You don't become untouchable by building walls. You become untouchable by knowing yourself so deeply that nothing outside of you can take that away. Most people think the way to stop hurting is to close off. They say, I don't care anymore. Nothing gets to me. But that's not true. Inside, they're still bleeding, because the problem was never that you feel too much. The problem is you don't know what you're really feeling or why. That only happens when you don't know yourself. Becoming emotionally strong has nothing to do with being cold. It has nothing to do with pretending you don't care. It has everything to do with looking within, with bringing to light the parts of yourself you've buried. You don't become untouchable by shutting the world out. You become untouchable when you accept every part of yourself, your fears, your flaws, your shadows, your insecurities. Once you embrace them, they lose their power to control you. And that's when you stop reacting. That's when you start choosing. That's when you become free. The secret no one told you is that the more you run from pain, the more it chases you. The more you try to pretend you're unaffected, the more fragile you become. But when you face your wounds, when you accept all of who you are, beautiful and broken, noble and flawed, but nothing outside can dismantle you anymore. But this path takes courage, courage to look at yourself, courage to take off the masks, courage to feel, because it's in pain that transformation hides. And this is what I want you to see. Your suffering isn't your enemy. It's the doorway to your strength. Pain is not the end of you. It's the beginning of the person you were always meant to become. Most people run from this journey because it isn't easy. It strips you down. It makes you face the parts of yourself you've been avoiding your whole life. But if you are still here, listening, then I know you are ready. Ready to cross that valley. Ready to see that what you thought was going to break you is actually what will set you free. The truth is, you won't become unshakable by pretending nothing touches you. You'll become unshakable when you've walked through the fire of your own pain and faced every piece of yourself with honesty. That is where real strength is born, not in armor, but in clarity, not in resistance, but in acceptance. And when you get there, nothing outside of you will have the power to define you again. These aren't tricks, and they're not games. They're the hidden layers of your natural feminine power. And when you embrace them fully, he won't have a choice but to feel you deep in his soul. If this spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe to Magnetic Mindset, because every week we uncover you the secrets that give you the upper hand in love and life, and give you the upper hand in love and life.